What is up, y'all? So this is my first video, so I'm just going in with my MAC. I believe that's the Hyper Skin Base Balm. It's supposed to be like, yeah, I can't think, it's early in the morning, but it's supposed to be like the other one, the Bobbi Brown one, I want to say. So I'm just rubbing that in like real good, y'all. And this is my first video, so I'm still learning like editing and stuff. This video did come out longer than I expected it to come out, but over time I will get better. So I'm just going to continue to rub that in. I'm going to take my next two primers. Your base is the essential for good makeup. So now I'm just going in with my Morphe base as well as my e.l.f. matte putty primer base. The Morphe base goes with the foundation that I'm using. So I'm using the Style Focus foundation, which they don't make anymore. And so I'm just going to go in with that. And that pretty much helps blurs like fine lines, wrinkles. I do have very oily skin, acne prone skin, patchy skin. It can be dry. I do have eczema. So right now and for the last couple of years, we've really been just doing good with skincare. I don't have as many breakouts unless it's like my menstrual cycle. And then I'm also going in with my Danessa Myrix, just so I can have that smooth base. Yeah, I don't know what the freak she put in here, but every time I use this, my makeup just comes out like that girl. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue to rub that in. Cool. So while I'm rubbing it in, I guess I can tell you a little bit about myself. 27 years old, Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised, love fashion, cooking, everything that has to do with being a girl. I love doing it. Stay tuned for my videos, y'all, because it's gonna get bigger and better around here. So yeah, nice clean base. So next we are about to do our eyebrows. So I just have a flat round top brush, the Morphe pencil in Java. I have the NYX eyebrow glue, and then I just have a beauty supply store concealer that I love. If you are a beginner MUA, definitely check those out. I believe they're $1.99 to $3 at your beauty supply store. And it's very good to me. I wouldn't say like it's like Too Faced, but yeah, I wasn't going nowhere, so I wasn't about to use my Too Faced product on my face. I wasn't really gonna be taking pictures for real, and even if I were to take pictures, you probably wouldn't even tell that I use a beauty supply store concealer. So cheers to that. So yeah, I'm just filling those in. Bottom line, a light bottom line. Don't go in with like no harsh line, but I also know it depends on your pencil, which is why I stopped using. I've always used eyebrow pencils, y'all. I was using the NYX Espresso pencil for a long time, but it just got too expensive, so I just switched to Morphe Java. I like a fine tip pencil, not too skinny, but you know, like a standard. And pay attention to where I'm holding the pencil at. I tend to go further back. Sometimes I'll even hold it further than that. But just that's just so I can go in and do light strokes. Light strokes and fill in my eyebrows how I want them to. I always go in lighter handed and not heavy handed, y'all, because I swear to you, you do not want to sit there and have your eyebrows be like blocks, like logs. But I'm from Atlanta, so I feel like Atlanta is just one of those cities that have one of the best eyebrows. I know back in the day, eyebrows was the thing for us girls. So yeah. In real life, real time, it probably take me like 10 minutes to do my eyebrows. But I just wanted to take my time here, make sure they were sisters, twins, whatever you want to call them. One of my eyebrows is actually bigger than the other one. So I do take extra time sometimes. But girl, if it's not gonna be more than 10 minutes, I can assure you that. I'm not gonna be sitting here doing my face for an hour, 2 hours. Girl, no. Because I still gotta get dressed, still gotta do my hair. I don't like sitting there and getting ready for like 4 hours. It's not my stilo. So this makeup look typically takes about, if I push it, I can actually get done in like 20 minutes. But if I'm just doing regular, y'all, it's probably just gonna take me 30 to 35 minutes. Now I'm just going in to conceal my eyebrow. Yeah, so with concealer, do however you like. Like, everybody conceal their eyebrows differently from what I'm seeing. Sometimes I do have to carve my shape out a little bit. I don't get my eyebrows threaded. I don't get my eyebrows waxed. Nothing like that. I used to all the time. Because your eyebrows frame your face, I feel. But I swear to y'all, I don't know if it's true, but I think my eyebrows just stopped growing. Like, I have not had my eyebrows waxed or threaded or touched in like 2 years. And they're literally still the same shape. And plus, I didn't used to get my eyebrows waxed often anyways, because I do have irregular shapes due to overwaxing. I used to get my eyes waxed in high school like every freaking week because I love like that new fresh clean look. Yeah, but that kind of like messed up my eyebrows. So now I just try to grow them out as much as possible before I get a wax, so I can go a long time without getting waxed or threaded. And I also do it at home by myself. Like, I'll just clean them up, pluck the hairs every now and again if it's too crazy. So now I'm just going in here and I'm just pulling the product down. Be sure not to pull the product down into your crease. The crease is the fold in your eye socket, so the product tends to pile up there. And I don't like that look. Like having when you blink and then you look down and people can look and see that crease. That look, I don't like that. So I try to pull it right above that crease, y'all. I'm going in. I'm taking that Morphe Soft Focus Foundation. All the products are listed in the beginning of the video on that pink screen, my little intro screen. I listed all the products at the bottom in case it's going too fast. But I'm literally taking the foundation, whatever foundation I'm using for that day, that's what I use to sculpt my eyebrows. Because for me, that just kind of allows like a seamless blend. Yeah, and I know it looks like I'm not putting anything on my eyebrow, but this foundation tends to be like it was like a really good match for me. So that's why you can barely see it, because it dang near looks like my skin. So I'm just going out blending it more. Your eyebrow is supposed to start at the beginning of your eye. That's what I realized from just watching makeup videos, which I used to watch Aaliyah J, Jayla Coriana. I used to watch all the OGs growing up. It's me, Ray, whatever the girl name is, whatever, cool. So yeah, so if my eyebrow comes before, like it's on my nose, I always just wipe it off. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I'm spooling out the front, and bam, those are the eyebrows. 10 minutes, y'all. Take me to Chanel. Okay, eyebrows got me feeling myself a little bit. So now we're just gonna go in and lay this base down. I'm using this Morphe foundation. This was one of their better foundations. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's medium to full coverage. With me, I do have like oily skin, but what I've noticed just over the years, the more you hydrate, the less oily your skin will be. So take care of yourself. And also, I've noticed that my favorite foundation was like the Smashbox Hydra Matte. So that's kind of the look that I tend to go for. I tend to go for like a Hydra Matte. So my base typically looks like skin. And like, I may go brighter under the eye and things, but I don't like my eye stuff to be like too matte. Like back in the day, y'all, I used to wear everything matte. And it used to make me 10 times more oilier because I'm going in with all those drying products. And so my face is like, oh, girl, you dehydrated. You needed some more, So it would secrete more oils. So now I really just don't, do that as much. I definitely go in with a moisturizer. A skin like balm moisturizer that doesn't clog my pores. And then, being that I do have big pores, I may go in with like a soft focus primer just to blur out those lines, focus that in my T-zone, and then I'll go in with like the Danessa Myricks after I do like a matte. And I'm really using like an e.l.f., so I don't even know how effective that is, but y'all, I put on like 4 primers, so. And I don't really have a problem with my makeup. I'm doing this right now, next day, face is still on. I went to bed with my face on by accident. And my face is still on. Of course, it's like oily and things like that. But it's still on, nonetheless. And if you're keeping your makeup on for like 12 hours, girl, find you something to do. Take it off. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on blending. Blend. Until I feel like it's blended in and it looks good. Make sure you check that chin, girl. But again, like I said, this foundation pretty much gives me that finish and that coverage that I need. And like taking that same concealer that I used underneath my eyebrow, and I'm just going in and I'm about to highlight my face and just pretty much put that product where I want it to be. So I am aware that I do have bags under my eyes. Y'all, I'm tired. I work a lot. But nonetheless, if I was to let the concealer just sit on my face and get like a little thicker and tackier, And maybe have to go in with like a second layer. I could be able to hide those bags. Doing skin prep sometimes, if your bags are worse than mine or anything like that, I would recommend just going in and getting like a depuffer. Sometimes I've actually put on a depuffer. I know like Peter Roth or something like that in skincare. He has like a really good one. It's very expensive, but I put that on before I put on my makeup. And my bags go down, and so that way, it looks like good. Right now, I'm just taking the Black Opal Foundation Stick. I believe that's the shade Black Walnut. I don't really like this as a foundation because of my skin type, but it definitely works on top of all of my other products as a contour or bronzing shade. So I'm really just taking a flat eyeshadow blush brush, y'all. And I'm just packing that product in the places that I really want. I'm focusing the product really underneath my cheekbone. So like when you suck your face in and you can press and feel like that space underneath your cheekbone, that's where I'm focusing that contour at. The contour around my nose, I'm making sure to bring it up all the way to my eyebrow just to elongate, not my eyebrow, the part that's in the front that's spoolied out and feathered. We're bringing it up right there. And that's why I like to go in with a shadow brush, because you see how it's very light. It's not giving like nose, eyebrows. Like our face is together, not separate. So you want everything to flow. Also, ladies, do your baby hairs before you do your hair. Because when I used to do my baby hairs afterwards, I used to get like the makeup caked up in the edge control and stuff like that. That's not a good look. Yeah, so do your baby hairs first, or do your hair first. Or really not even do your hair first. Just do your baby hairs first or whatever. Or if you know that you want to do your hair last, just make sure you don't pack or push as much, product back there. And use the residual products on your brushes to just clean it up and do like that seamless blend. Take with that whatever y'all want to. I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to drop gems low key, but I'm not like a professional makeup artist. I used to be 3 years ago, but I stopped doing makeup. So now we're here. I wouldn't even really use this brush, but for some reason I've been using this brush, so I just went ahead and picked it up. And I'm kind of like buffing out my nose contour as well by doing that. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with my that's a really dense concealer brush by Real Technique. Start by blending out the outside. You want to try to blend that into the foundation as much as possible, and then towards the inside and the under eye, I'm just kind of pushing that product into my skin, so it can set where I need it to set it. Sometimes I go in with like a beauty blender, but they pick up a lot of products. So when I do my brushes, I tend to go in with a little more product because it's not like a beauty blender. It doesn't pick up as much. But I have noticed like when I do use my beauty blender for like foundation purposes, it does make my foundation look 10 times better, like smoother. Because it picks up sometimes that unwanted product that we don't need. So I'm just going in to pack. Continue on with the packing, y'all. I know y'all can see like my face kind of brightening up, but I just keep on going over that bagged area because I really don't want it to crease right there. Around my like cheek areas, sometimes I have like a shadow just because of the way that my lips are shaped. It looks like I have a mustache, so I will bring that up above my upper lip. And then as you can see, I'm taking that same foundation brush and I'm just going back in and again blending out the sides so it won't be like really harsh. I still got like residual product on my foundation brush, so that's what I'm using. Or in my head, I still got residual product, y'all. I know I still got residual product because every time I look at the brush, I see it, but boom. So yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw like when I turned, I have like a light contour. So now you see the base, the wet products have been applied. So now we're just going in with our dry products. I do use 2 powders, setting powders. I use the Laura Mercier powder, and then I also use the Huda Beauty powder. Y'all, I'm getting like tongues out. It's my first time doing a voiceover. So I do use the Huda Beauty powder and Blondie as well. But before I do that, I guess y'all, them bags was like really bothering me. This was yesterday, so I don't really know. If you were ever looking for brightness, or if you want like, for me to hide those bags, I literally just take the LA Girl yellow corrector. And I have all the different color correctors, but I like this one for myself because it kind of blends in with my undertone. I do have yellow undertones in the summer. I have neutral warm. So I'm just going in. I did want it to be a tad wee bit brighter. So that's why I'm also going in with that yellow corrector. And I don't know if y'all can see what it's doing, but it's doing what it needs to do. Bad coverage, I don't really know yet. But I'm just going to keep on blending and keep on blending. And yeah, y'all see that finish. We look good. We look great if you ask me. So yeah, so I'm just gonna blend that out, blend that out, blend that out, blend that out, blend that out. Because of where I focus the product, I don't necessarily need to pick up my foundation brush because I kind of just packed it in the inner parts of my under cheek area. But I still went in with a foundation brush anyways, y'all. Like, blending is key. Blend until, even if you don't see nothing to blend still. So yeah, now my face is looking all wet, zooey, so it's time to go set it. Taking my favorites, my two OGs. If I'm not using these two, I am using the Sasha Buttercup Light Powder, or I am using the Van Nuys powder. I have a lot of powders, but these are the two I pick up the most. There's this new trend where you go in first with setting your under eye with pressed powder. Y'all do know that's the same thing as going in with a light version of setting powder. So that's what I do. I take my Blondie and I just go in and I press it in. A very light, thin layer. Like, sometimes before this, I even go in one extra time and smooth out my concealer before I even put it down. But yeah, so everywhere I put those wet products, or the wet highlighter, under eye concealer, whatever you want to call it, I'm just going in to lightly set. This is my pressed powder. So I'm pressing the powder. I'm pressing the powder into the skin. So now I'm just going in. I'm entering my baking phase. So now I'm just going in with another light version. Like, y'all see it's like real light. Like, back in the day, y'all, I used to literally like have buku powder under my eyes. Under my freaking eyes. And I don't do that no more. Now we're going in with our bronzer. That is a MAC bronzer. I don't know girl, I don't know what it is, but it's good. If I'm not using that, my favorite one is also the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't even know if they make that no more, but yeah. So now I'm just going in, pay attention to how I'm holding that brush. You see how far away I am from the bristles. So that allows me to have like a light airbrush finish with bronze. I love to look airbrushed. Airbrushed, honey. That is a dual-sided brush. On the other side is like where I usually use that for blush. But this is like a really old Kat Von D that I think I got with like her Shade and Light contour palette. Very, very, very long time ago, girl. And I still got this brush. So it's not the thickest. But I am going around pretty much swirling. And I like to use the term swirling because I'm just going in and I'm lightly tapping that product. I try not to drag my brush. Pick up your brush, y'all. But don't pick up your brush so it can be like spotty. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, blends. As you can see, I'm packing that underneath my cheekbone and I'm swirling it up. Kind of lift my face. But I'm also trying to put that shadow underneath my cheekbone so I can have that look like my cheekbones are higher. And then I'm also going in to set my contour around my nose. And I go in pretty light with contour and bronze because I want kind of like a natural finish. Like, trust me, y'all, I've had the too red and I've had my phases where it was too neutral. Too cool tone contour and I was looking chiseled. I was literally giving man. So now I'm just going in and I'm kind of like underpainting. So I'm taking my Laura Mercier, which is an all over translucent powder, and I'm just going in. Back in the day, I used to bring my powder all the way to my mouth. Y'all, that is not necessary. I just want like a softer kind of bronzier look, like I mentioned earlier, so I just go halfway. Now I'm just packing that product in. I'm pushing. If it is excess, I do brush the excess off, but I pretty much just pack it in. Like, y'all, we team no waste around here, okay? If you spending $59 on your product and you're not a makeup artist, babe, that product better last you for a long time. Now I'm just going in with my skin finish. Yeah, I'm holding the skin finish up, but the clip finna change. Boom. So we switched angles, y'all. I don't know why, but I think I felt like the light was pretty much washing me out and y'all really couldn't see what I was doing. Now I'm just going in with the Juvia's Place, the hair blush palette. They don't make this no more, I don't think. But I typically go for like a brick red chocolate, red chocolate. I feel like those colors look good on my skin tone. So now I'm just about to pick up that red and that hot pink, I think. My OG blush is like Raisin from MAC, y'all. So I typically try to go for a color similar to that. So yeah, now I'm just going in with the blush. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on applying the blush until I feel like I have enough. Lately, I've been putting on like OD blush because it's in trend, but normally I really wouldn't do this, y'all. But I mean, I like the way that it looks for my everyday bronze glam. Like, it's fitting. And now I'm just going in with my skin finish. I use this like my all over face powder, but I do have the Laura Mercier dark setting powder. So if I'm not using my skin finish, I will just go in, dab a little bit of my Laura Mercier powder in brown and put it on. But that kind of takes away like the OD bright type of look. So this is what we're working with so far, y'all. Next, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna spray my face. NYX matte setting spray. I usually use Urban Decay, but again, not going anywhere, child. So then I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury. After Charlotte Tilbury, I will do a sealer. So I will do like a Ben Nye or like a Scandinavia waterproof something. But that's usually if I'm like going somewhere for real. And I will have my fan on. Y'all, I was like discombobulated. I was like, oh my God, my room is so dirty. They finna see my background. My TV was loud. It was just a lot. Now I'm just going in that same concealer I've been using the whole video. We're going to put that on our eyelids. And I think I'm just going to actually leave it there for right now to let it sit and get tacky. After I spray, I do go on my highlighter. Never before. This is the Morphe Bretman Rocks highlighter palette. Love this palette down. Just recently started picking it up again because it is summertime. Tip of my nose. You see, like, you can look at your face and see like where the light naturally hits your face. Wherever the light naturally hits your face, that is where you want to put your highlighter. So I'm just going in, and everywhere I put my highlighter, I'm actually going to go back in and buff it out because I kind of want it, you know, I just want to illuminate that part of my face, like accentuate it, because the light already naturally hits that part of my face. So I'm just putting product on top of it. So when the light hit my face, it looks a little shinier, but I don't want to be too shiny. Like you see now, it's like bam. It's not how much highlighter you put on, it's where you put your highlighter. So now I'm just going in and I'm buffing it out to kind of middle out that shine. I do have a little texture in those areas, so I really should have put it up higher. Don't know why I went in with that big old brush. Get you like a small shading brush. Don't know why I went in with that big old brush, but yeah. Now I'm blending out that concealer. Using the same concealer brush I used for under the eye. I'm blending out that concealer on the top part of my eye, as you can see here. And then I'm going to take the 3502 palette. I don't know if it's a 35O palette. I believe this is the 2 palette. They don't make it anymore. I was trying to get a thumbnail, y'all, but I don't know what happened. I don't really know how to like edit yet. So yeah, I'm just day by day I'll get better. This is my first video. So I'm just going in with a brick red. Rihanna did like a makeup video for Vogue a long time ago, and she puts her bronzer as her eyeshadow. She don't really wear eyeshadow. She just uses her bronzer. So I kind of got this from Rihanna. I didn't want to use my bronzer. I kind of wanted like a more brick ready look. Like, you know, I love me a bronze, eat down a bronze look. So I'm just going in with various shades. And when I was in MUA, I had another one of these palettes, y'all. Dang near every color hit pan. So if you was coming to me to get you a soft glam girl and you was wondering what colors I was putting in your eyes, I was using this palette and just mixing a bunch of shit together to go with your skin tone. So yeah, I'm just going in on the second eye. When I do this look, which is like every day for me, I typically try to focus the shadow also where that contour is. So I'm not going to apply the product right near my nose contour, but I am going to slowly sweep and pack the product on your lid, blend the product out, and just sweep it into the inner workings of your eye. And yeah, it works for me. I do have little eyes, but I also feel like it just looks better. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm just going until I'm done, y'all. I'm brushing it underneath my eyes. Rihanna, she did that too with her bronzer. I usually will go in with a smaller brush, but I kind of wanted like a bronzy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I wear this pretty much every day, but I kind of like OD did it just because I wanted y'all to see the bronze. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we just going in. This is my favorite mascara. Don't run to the store and buy it, girl. I got like 5, but don't run to the store and buy it. Save some for me. This is like a Wet n Wild. I swear to y'all, it's like $7. Definitely got to line that bottom eyelash. We love us like a doll baby look. I even go in sometimes, y'all, and put bottom eyelashes on. I like that look. I got small eyes, so. And then we go in with the top. I know y'all see that brush head. I know y'all see how small that is. So my girlies, if you got small eyes, or if you are trying to line your bottom lashes, get it. They do have it in a waterproof version. I don't really wear a waterproof mascara like that, y'all. I don't be trying to be in the bathroom trying to, it's too much taking it off. I'm lazy. Work smarter, not harder. All right, so we just gonna keep on going. Remember, we are trying to get that look. And y'all keep on saying that look, but that look is when you look in the mirror and you like, girl, yes, I look cute. That's the look that we're going for. When you look at the mirror and be like, hell yeah, I did that. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for nobody else to be like, oh girl, you cute. We looking for us, honey. So yeah, I'm just definitely going in, and look at the brush. I'm just going in primarily with that tip. When you put on mascara, y'all, I don't know who be putting on mascara with the whole brush. If you got long lashes, maybe that work for you, but it don't work for me. So yeah, I don't got that look yet because I don't got on lashes, I feel, but the face is facing. Beauty mark time. I've been wearing beauty marks for years. I think it's me, Ray, or whatever that girl name is. She used to put the dots underneath her eyes. And ever since I watched that video, I've been putting beauty marks on my face. It's been going on 10 years now. And nobody says anything. But yeah, so now I'm just lining my lips. This is just a regular beauty supply store liner, y'all. I think it say cocoa chocolate. 9 times out of 10 it probably say cocoa. Like, every time I go to the beauty supply store, I just literally will pick up lip liners. They're 99 cents. I don't give a damn if the world and my lips gonna be lined, honey. And I got a phone call. Okay, y'all, so this is the final look. So my phone did die. Excuse television in the background. My phone did die, but I did want to tell you the lashes and the lip combo. So I just went in with some Ioni. I typically wear the little halfling lashes so it can appear to be more natural. And then for the lip, I just did an NK brown lip liner. I'm like trying to look for it. In the shade Cocoa. I then went in with like the Kimchi marshmallow butter lippy butter, and then for my topper, I either go in with sparkly or plumping gloss, and I went in with blushing margarita. But you guys, this is the face, and I'm gonna take another video in different lighting.